excuse me, the greenery collection was the today's special value. Why am I'm mixing both of these up in my mind. So crazy. Forgive me, follow along. This was the tree that went with the greenery collection. And this is the tree that is, again, that beautiful noble greenery tree, that M5 faceted LED light tree, and all of them are under $900. And I just want to talk to you about the fact that we have trees that we're able to ship to you right now. They're gorgeous. You're going to choose your height, and then you're going to choose whether or not you want the clear or the multi. You're saving anywhere from $31 to $88 on this, and the time to pick your tree, I know that you've been hearing about the shortages, and I'm not going to put any fear into you, but I know for a fact that we are getting to the point where we are getting our own cargo ships to get items to where they need to be, or to try our best to do so, and the fact that we have these to ship immediately is awesome. So in the 5-foot tree, we've got the clear. We have 2 dozen in the clear. And half a dozen as in 6 in the multi. That's your 5-foot. And then we go into the 6.5 foot, which is over here, 6.5 foot, 2 dozen in the clear, and 2 dozen in the multi. And then we have your 7.5 foot. That's been most popular. And we have, in the clear, we have 125. And in the multi, we have 4 dozen. And then we go back to the 9-foot, which is just majestic and beautiful. And in the clear, we've got 3 dozen in the clear. And we have 4 dozen in the multi. I'm not sure if you've gotten to me yet. This is the 9-foot tree. Oh yeah, there you can see. You can't see me though, because I don't know where I am. Yeah, anyway, this is the 9-foot tree. And the 9-foot tree, P.S. and by the way, has 800 lights on it. They are gorgeous. There's also 9-month special financing. So if you have a Q card, put this on 9 months of special financing. What that means is that you don't have to, adhere to the 5 easy payments, which makes it really easy for everybody else. You have a longer lead time. That 9-month special financing brings you to June of 2022, which is really amazing. You still get it now, but you have until June of 2022 to finish paying for it. And all you need to do is pay minimum payments. And as long as you pay today's price by the end of the 9 months, there's no interest, there's no promotional fees, there's no nothing. So now is the time, especially, it was funny, we were talking about the cargo ship deal. And the thing is that when you're shipping big items, you need more cargo ships, right? You need more space to do so. So especially when it comes to getting big items to you and me, and I know I'm ordering as well, it's awesome that we have the capability to get them to you. So Rachel Pavis is here with me. She is our expert with Bethlehem Lights. She just brought us the greenery collection, which matches this tree, just to be clear, and was a today's special value that matches this tree. Hi, Rach.
Hi, Rachel. In listening to you talk about the shortages, and it is really important. I think the thing that I find is that my friends will always ask me, hey, I need a tree. I'm going to get a faux tree. What's the best one that you get? And everyone waits until right before Thanksgiving to ask that question. Bethlehem Lights always sells out of their trees well before Thanksgiving.
Right.
You've got to be on the boat early for this one for sure. And this tree is gorgeous. It's very lush and dense. And I loved how you were standing behind it and we couldn't see you.
See me.
We can't see through. Exactly. Because it's so lush and dense. And you talked about the lights, that there are 800 lights on that 9-foot tree, 250 lights on the 5-foot. Now I have the 5-foot here next to me and I put it up on a table because I think that's a great way also to use that 5-foot and to save a little bit of money. Right. But these are with the M5 lights, and you were just showing that, Rachel. And they're beautiful. They're so bright, yes. And they're a nice size bulb. It's like your traditional Christmas lights. It's an LED light, but what they've done is they have added a faceting to it that really refracts the light so beautifully.
Yeah, do you see that faceting? I'm not sure, Brighton, if you're able to see it, but you can see the faceting, which basically means that this is throwing the light not just like 1 inch around it, but like 2 inches around it, which is why it feels like these lights and these trees are lit so beautifully. And it's a beautiful soft white light. If when you're picking the clear, it's not a an optic harsh like daylight white light. It is a very romantic, very Christmas Carol-y type movies white light. It's gorgeous. H229740 is your item number. Reminding you of sizes, and Jonathan, I don't know if we have a graphic for this, but 5-foot tree in the clear and in the multi. But we are very, very limited in that multi. That's your 5-foot tree. Only half a dozen in that multi-choice, and $62.10 getting this home, saving you 31 bucks off of our regular QVC price on that. And then there is the 6.5-foot tree. So I love the 5-foot tree, Rach, and I love that you have it on a table. I have a 6.5-foot tree in my living room, and I love a faux tree. I've always been like a real tree person, but once I got a faux tree, I was like, oh, I totally get it. I get what all the hoopla's about. I get that it's pre-lit. I get that I just get to throw my ornaments on. I get that it's lit in a way that changes and is dynamic and dynamite. And I get that I can, you know, keep it up like I do until like March. So anyway, that's the 6.5 tree. We have a dozen in the clear and 2 dozen in the multi. That 7.5-foot tree. So if you've got a little bit more space, maybe you're putting this in the living room, or if you've got a tall, like cathedral ceilings, this would be great. The 7.5-foot tree in the clear, 125 in the clear, and then fewer than 4 dozen in the multi. And I will tell you that yes, we will get your 9-foot tree to you. We literally will, because we have them and we can get them to you. And we can get them to you on an easy pay of $176.70. You know what? You can't see me here, but if I stand on the other side, maybe you'll. Thanks, because Brighton is smart. Can you see me here? 3 dozen in the clear. 4 dozen in the multi. And here's what the multi looks like, because we want to let you know. And these were on fire earlier when we were presenting them. That's why I want to make sure you know like what we're looking at. So if you're in the market at all for a tree and you were thinking, oh, this season I want to get a tree, we've been sharing with you to shop early for your gifts, shop early for the trees. Just like Rachel said, by Thanksgiving, Bethlehem Lights trees are gone. And, you know, frankly, if you're ordering for Thanksgiving for a Christmas tree, again, with the shipping delays and what's happening just in the world, not just us, not sure you'd get it in time. So this is what you're hearing me right now talk about 2 dozen of this and 1 dozen of that. A lot of people are shopping early. Rachel, we've got a little video showing how to assemble, and whoa, is it easy? Will you talk to us about it?
It's super easy. I mean, first off, the stand, it has one eye bolt that it tightens. This is a self-leveling tree, which means that it will level out when you put it into the base and tighten that bolt. It's really, really nice. And then the pieces just snap together. This is has instant power technology. That means the power is in the pole. And so it's just such an easy tree to assemble. But in addition to that, it has ready shape technology, Rach. And what that means is that it doesn't really require a whole lot of fluffing. The branches are made of a really heavy duty memory wire. And so they really kind of fall into place. They also are very sturdy. So when you're showcasing all of your ornaments, you know that they're going to hold it really well for you. It's a beautiful tree. And it also the diameters of the tree too. This here, the 5-foot that I have, this is 34 inches in diameter. So it's almost 3 feet in diameter. It's a nice full-size tree. We call this our mid-profile because it's not too fat, but it's definitely not a slender tree. So it's a perfect tree if you're using this in your foyer or your family room, because it is a nice size.
Yeah, great size. The other diameter trees, I've got those numbers for you as well. The 6.5 is going to be 43 inches. Yeah, and then go ahead. Do you want to share with us?
So the 7.5 is 48 inches in diameter. So it's 4 feet in diameter. And then that 9-foot is 59 inches. So they're really good sizes. Yeah. They also, each one of them has a tethered controller. And that allows you to do the fun lighting options that you're seeing. That 6.5, you have that on the slow twinkle.
Yep.
I have this one here, the 5-foot by me. This one is on the glisten feature. There's 3 glistens, there's 2 twinkles. There's also brightness. So I want to show you that too, because I think that's important.
Sure.
We've actually had people say, hey, I'd like to dim the tree when it's on when I'm watching TV. It's too bright. So we made it so that you can dim it, which is beautiful. So I just dimmed it, you can see now, and then I put it on the twinkle. But then I can turn it up a little bit. And I'm going to turn it up one more time. Okay, ready? There we go. That's your full brightness. So it is a really bright tree. The impact is beautiful. Those LED lights are a soft, warm white, and the multicolors are the gorgeous jewel tone multi. We also, I mean, Bethlehem Lights, the difference of what you see in the marketplace, besides the fact that the greenery we start with is amazing, the molded tips that they use, and that the lights go all the way into the center and they come all the way out to the ends of the branches. There's also a pole at the very tippy top, and you could probably see that from where you're standing there, Rachel.
Yeah.
That pole is to make it really sturdy pretty for when you're putting your tree topper on.
Right.
I remember having to take
Right
the
there.
top branches and kind of jam them
right,
together.
exactly. You're like sewing them around like the star or the
Yes.
angel that you have. And right, Bethlehem Lights even thinks of the pole. But I got to just share with you, with that little guide that you have, like the control box, you can really have a lot of fun. So it depends on, you know, are you looking to create that holiday party that's a little bit, you know, upbeat, or when it gets a little bit quieter and then you're starting to, you know, have a crackling fire and you're reading stories where you're going to go to bed in a little bit. And then look at this. I mean, again, it's just changing your mood, changing your flicker, changing the brightness, however you want to do it. And you get all of this and all of this technology that is warmth, that is inviting, that you're going to have year after year after year. So it's not $310 for a tree that you're going to use for one season. It's a tree that you're going to use season after season after season. I think I've had my artificial tree now for maybe 5 or 6 years, and I'm getting more because, like, here's the other thing. They should come with a warning, because once you have one, you're going to want numerous. Here's the 5 foot, and all you're doing is choosing clear or multicolored lights, and they all get to do multiple things. So in the clear and the 5 foot, Jonathan, 5 foot, 12.5 in a clear, half a dozen in the multi now. And then in the 6.5 foot tree, we have 20 in clear and 24 in the multi. Excuse me for showing you my back. In the 7.5, 120 in the clear, 40 in the multi. And again, this 9 foot tree, 3 dozen in the clear, 4 dozen in the multi. And if you have a Q card, you can put any one of these trees on 9 months of special financing. That is super nice. So that means you're getting this tree and you don't even have to pay the full freight today. You get to go all the way through the holiday season. Heck, you don't need to finish paying until June of 2022. And you've got the tree and you're using it all season and enjoying it all season. Oh, by the way, there's a holiday return policy as well. You could pick up the tree, enjoy it all the way through the holiday season. And if you don't love it, let us know before January 31st of 2022 and send it back. And we've got no questions asked. You're going to save anywhere from $31 to $88 on this purchase right now. Put this in your cart. Do check out. If you want to do a build to, ship to, maybe you're sending the 5 foot tree to somebody in a dorm or the apartment dweller that you know, or basically you want a bedroom tree, or you want the master tree, or you want the foyer tree. Rachel's going to be back. Rachel, thank you so much for the collection as well as the awesome tree. And then she's going to come back with Wicker Park, which actually is the division of Bethlehem Lights that has foliage and